say a holy man once dreamt of picking a flower beneath a full moon. But by the time he got home, it had turned black in his hand. Some believe it was what started the curse. Others, a sign of the darkness already growing inside him. Tonight, we uncover the truth and let you decide what really cursed Reverend Lowe. In Stephen King's Silver Bullet and its source novella, Cycle of the Werewolf, Reverend Lester Lowe is the last person you'd suspect of being a monster. A man of God, a pillar of the community. Yet beneath the cloth lurked a creature of blood and bone, driven by instincts he couldn't control. But where did this curse begin? Was it really just fate? Or something much darker? Something he brought upon himself the night he dreamt of a flower turning black in his hand. Today on Horror Unfold, we're uncovering the hidden truth behind the werewolf origins of Reverend Lowe. The story begins with a dream, or at least that's how Lowe remembers it. He walks through the forest under a pale April moon. The mist clings to his robes, and the sound of night insects fills the silence. He bends down to pick a simple wildflower, delicate, white, innocent. But by the time he reaches his doorstep, that same flower has turned black. To him, it's just a dream. But symbolically, it's a sign, a warning from something divine, or something demonic. The flower in most lore represents purity, turning black. That's corruption, decay, a soul rotting from the inside out. But what if it wasn't just a dream? Many fans of Cycle of the Werewolf believe that the flower in Lowe's dream wasn't ordinary at all. Some say it could have been wolfsbane, a plant long tied to werewolf mythology. In ancient folklore, wolfsbane was said to either repel werewolves or create them. Depending on the legend, those who touched or consumed it under the full moon were cursed, forced to live between man and beast. Now imagine this: a holy man wandering the woods late at night, plucking a flower under the full moon, a flower that turns black, dying in his palm, as if his touch had poisoned it. What if that wasn't just a dream memory, but the fractured recollection of the night he was cursed? What if the Reverend's nightmare was actually his mind, trying to rationalize something he couldn't explain? The moment he was infected by darkness itself? Let's explore the deeper symbolism. In King's novella, we never see the bite. We never learn who cursed him. It's left deliberately vague, and that's what makes it terrifying. King uses the werewolf myth as a metaphor for human duality. The flower turning black is the visual cue, the moment innocence dies. Whether that was wolfsbane, a vision, or a supernatural warning, it marks the birth of the monster. It's as if Lowe didn't become cursed by an outside force. He became cursed by his own repression. He was already the wolf. The dream was just how his mind tried to show him. In other words, he didn't catch the curse. He was the curse. And by the end, the Reverend's curse consumes everything. He hides behind his sermons by day and hunts by night, until he meets his match in a young boy named Marty Kossel, a paraplegic armed with a homemade silver bullet, the purest symbol of faith and innocence in a corrupted world. When Marty fires that shot, it's more than silver piercing flesh. It's redemption, the end of hypocrisy, the end of a monster pretending to be holy. And as Lowe's body falls, the beast inside him doesn't snarl. It sighs, as if finally a release from its own lie. Not long after that dream, Reverend Lowe begins to change. At first, he feels it in his sermons. His words lose conviction. His faith trembles. He starts to see his congregation as sinners, each one marked for punishment. Then come the blackouts, nights where he wakes up covered in dirt and blood, not knowing where he's been. Dead animals start showing up near the churchyard, then children, then townsfolk. Each murder coincides with the full moon, each one bloodier than the last. By the time Lowe realizes what he's become, it's too late. The beast has taken over. But here's what's chilling. He doesn't try to cure himself. He rationalizes it. He convinces himself that the killings are divine judgment, that God himself has chosen him to cleanse the wicked. Underneath the monstrous form, Lowe's werewolf isn't just an animal. It's his repressed rage and hypocrisy given flesh. By day, he preaches forgiveness. By night, he becomes wrath incarnate. He doesn't kill randomly. He kills those he believes deserve death. A sinner, a drunk, a gossip, a pregnant girl who wanted to end her life. Every victim connects back to his twisted sense of moral justice. This is the real horror of Silver Bullet. The monster isn't born from a bite. It's born from guilt, from denial, from the refusal to face the darkness inside yourself. Lowe's curse might not have come from a flower, but from something far older, the rot of his own soul. So, how did Reverend Lowe truly become a werewolf? The truth may never be literal. Maybe it wasn't a bite. Maybe it wasn't a curse from the moon. Maybe it was that black flower, not as a magical object, but as a symbol. A reminder that sometimes evil doesn't come from the outside. It grows quietly inside the very people who claim to fight it. The flower didn't curse him. It revealed him. Reverend Lowe's story is one of Stephen King's darkest parables. A holy man transformed into a beast, not because of a monster's bite, but because of the monster already living inside him. The black flower was never the curse. It was the truth blooming in his hand. If you thought this story was chilling, you'll want to see what came next. The real origins of the Jerry Dandridge from Fright Night. Watch that now before the moon rises